Guys, so this is kind of a continuation of my Crash Course series. So you guys can actually see how I set up in an actual GvG against the top 10 guild. So right now, as you can see, we're fighting PT, who's currently rank 8. They're a really strong guild. We're a little behind right now, but that's okay. We'll see. I don't know. Both sides have been inting a lot, so it is what it is. So we're gonna hit Herostein here. Or Herostein. Basically what I did before choosing him is I went around and I looked at all the towers. And like obviously I have info for him because he's been hit already. So I picked a tower that I know I have a good chance of beating with my roster. So basically now what I do is I come in here and I build my team. So I've already decided I'm going to bring SSB to the bottom team because it's pretty safe. And I'm also going to bring General Purgus. But the thing is here, I like bringing General Purgus to the top team as well. Because I don't think I really need General Purgus down here, per se. It would probably be nice to have him down here. Will you select it? But I'm going to put him up top. And instead we're going to bring Fighter Maya down to the bottom. And then for heals, we're going to bring our Angelica up top. And then we're going to bring our Montmorency down bottom. This funnels the 2 dark units into my Fighter Maya. And then up top, we are going to Euphine, because this is basically Charles. Violet, as is, you know, it's the same thing. It's the same comp, really. So, we're going to bring Euphine up here. So now that I have my team set, I will back out. I know what units I'm going to use. Let's go into the Hero tab here. You're going to get to see some of my stats. Yay, it's fine. I don't really care. So we're bringing SSB for the bottom. I use SSB in a lot of different places. I already know she's fine. But one thing I know I'm going to do for sure. This is why my arena rating drops so much during the week. But we are going to put our drink here. Because my arena defense is halfway ungeared for the majority of the time I'm doing GvG, so that's just how it is, unfortunately. So our SSB is good to go. She's relatively tanky enough to survive some hits if she takes some hits. Does decent damage at the same time, so we're fine with her. So now we need to go to our General Purgus, because we're also using him up top. This is easier to do a free equip, obviously, but I still do this even when we don't have free equip. So these are my Purgus stats right now. Which usually it's for a Charles. With a Violet, it's a little bit different. I'm probably going to leave the Violet alive for a little bit. So my Angelica has to be pretty tanky. I think what I have Purgus on right now is fine. I don't really need to mess with him. The immunity's here just so he doesn't get heal blocked, which is fine. As long as I go before the SSB with Angelica, that's usually the play I want to make. So he's okay. So now we're going to look at our Angelica here. She's geared just fine. However, this is where I run into the struggle why I say you need 2 Rods of Amaryllis, because here I need 2 Rods of Amaryllis. Pretty heavily, actually. So, I gotta figure out where I need the healing more. The damage is going to be beelined round 2, straight into my Fighter Maya. My SSB is never going to take any damage. And the Assassin Collie is going to be dead the majority of the time. I think I need more healing on my Angelica at the moment. So what I will do... Let's just go ahead and put Tome on her. Her healing scales off HP anyways, so we just got to make sure we're healing our F Maya, who's going to have a lot of health anyways, so probably have effectively just as much healing this way. But I also need to make sure I put a neck on her, obviously, so we'll go in here and we'll find the speed health neck. Doesn't really have any other stats that's good for her, but it should be okay. Decent speed, that's fine. So we'll leave her like that. And then Fighter Maya, wherever she is, right here. So she's pretty tanky where she is right now. I forget what I was using her to tank before. So what we'll do is we'll go in the equipment manager here. I think she had a defense main. Yeah, I think her ring that she was using is on my... I almost called him Bale and Sezen, my Bazaar right now. So yeah, there's that. I probably want her to have a bit more health than this, because she's tanking a Dark Corvus. So we'll see where we can squeeze some more HP, maybe in her necklace. I did get that neck today. I don't think I leveled it up, though. I think it rolled bad. But I have this neck here. Ideally, I would like to keep the defense bonus. But I think I have another chest piece I can probably use to keep the defense set bonus. I lose a bit more from that. So this is what I mean by stat tuning. You want to make sure you can tank stuff. So I got the ring. The boots are defense main too. Maybe I can put some health boots on. These have a shit ton of health on them. Bam. So that's probably enough health to be able to survive a Dark Corvus. But just to be safe, she doesn't need immunity, but I can make her that tanky. It's free equip. My defense is ungeared right now, but it's fine. This way, I guarantee my Fighter Maya can survive the damage coming out, especially since my Montmorency is not on a rod right now. So now that we have that done, we need to make sure our Euphine is ready to go. Which, this is what she looks like right now. She's relatively tanky, which I like. She rotates kind of slow, which I like. She can take hits from SSB just fine. I don't think there's really... I leave her like this because I like her built like this. I don't think I need her to cycle more. The only issue is if I have to attack into Violet when his S2's off cooldown. But I think my Euphine is fine, just like this. She has plenty of defense. Her health is a little bit low, which I might be able to increase that a bit. Just to be safe, I might put HP boots on her. Let's see what we can do here. Her neck was a crit damage neck. I don't necessarily need the hit set. So I think her neck's fine. I do have this one that gives more tanky stats. I lose a good chunk of attack, but I gain a lot of other stats here. Yeah, I get quite a bit more health. I lose a little bit of attack. And I gain a little bit more defense as well. I think that's fine. And then for the weapon, her weapon's very good. But there might be a crit set weapon I can throw on. So, yeah, that makes her quite a bit more tanky. So, just in case I have to, I can survive a hit or two from Violet. I can survive some hits from SSB. It's fine. And since I have General Perg there to constantly feed me CR, then I'm not really worried about her getting hit. Or her being slow, I should say, not getting hit. But that's the entire process I go through every GvG. This is why I have gold set aside to do every GvG. And this is why I don't set up in my GvG videos anymore. This will probably be the only one I do, because this took a while. But if I decide to add in some more fights, then I'll see you in the next one. If not, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace. Look forward to the GvG video. Okay, so I'm going to do a second fight here, just for the setup. I just did my first fight. If you want to see how that turned out for me, wait for the next video. So, or I guess you can tell by the bottom, my points there. But besides the point, you guys want to see Armin. I talked really big about Armin. So we got a perfect team that a lot of people struggle with here that I can bring Armin into. But actually, I don't know. Because there's SSB there. I kind of need immunity. Regardless, I'm going to dizzy this. But maybe I do Angelica here instead of Montmorency for the immunity. Because I don't know what I'm going to do up top. It's a triple DPS team. Has 2 AoEs and an Assassin Coley, right? So I think a pretty simple answer to this for me is MLkin. And I actually can Lilius this as well. I think Lilius into this is pretty safe for my damage mitigation. Because Charles won't target Lilius. Ideally, I want Charles to target my MLkin. I really want to try and use Crozet. I got Crozet down here. But I don't think he works against this team. And I need some more stuff in him. So, where do we go from here? If I use Bassar, I don't really need the immunity. And I'm really scared. Like, I've been in situations where Charles S2s my MLkin and kills him. So, the goal here is to kill the Assassin Collie and to kill the Charles as quick as possible. That way Lilius doesn't get free reign to just tap things. That's the goal here. Realistically, I could just use DJ Bassar. Assassin Collie's not going to do enough damage to kill my Bassar. If I re-gear him correctly. I'm pretty sure this team works. Thing is, my Lilius is on way different gear now. So I'm not exactly sure. I could also fall on CC here. I think this team is fine. I just have to make sure my Bassar is on immunity and can take an Assassin Collie's thing. That's it. Assassin Collie will get erased. My Ken's going to do a lot of damage to Charles off his S3 unless he doesn't crit. If he doesn't crit, it's not a good Charles. So I think we're just going to go with this setup here. So yet again, we'll go into our hero tab. And our DJ Bassar, we'll just start with him. So he needs to be on immunity for the stun. So we'll take the ring. I have a flat one in here somewhere. It's on Tam right now. I have this one too, but let's just use this one. Give him that. And then we want to make sure he's tanky enough, so we'll put that chest off of Fighter Maya on him. Go here, we need to make sure he has HP. Let's give him some HP. Then we need more immunity. I could use that one. I have several different options here. I'm not using Crimson Armor right now, so I think I'll just give her this one. 207 speed. Good defense. He can definitely survive an Assassin Coley. And yes, I do this even if it costs me gold. So DJ's Bazaar is ready to go. So now we're doing our ML Kin. Our ML Kin doesn't need immunity right now because I'm going to be with Bazaar and Lilius. So I'm just going to make him do as much damage as possible. So he needs a chest. I know the perfect chest to give him. This one. And then we'll go to the neck. We're not using SSB right now, so I could give him this. Then he's nice and tanky with a lot of crit damage. So he can take some hits. This is probably fine. Or I could just make him do stupid damage. I can give him something like this. Way more attack. He's not getting an attack buff, so I don't think having more attack is necessarily better. Let's just do SSB's neck. So he's nice and tanky, he can take some hits. Doesn't stand a chance of getting one shot by Charles S2. Nice and fat. Okay, so our Angelica. Who else are we using? Dizzy. Gotta gear Dizzy up. Usually I just give her a ring and she's fine. We're gonna keep Ayala's violin on just to dispel barriers. The ring is on Lilius. I'll probably just re-gear my Lilius completely. But probably do this on her so she's nice and tanky. If I can get a little bit more damage on her, that would be nice though. Do I have a hit set speed boot that has good damage subs on it? It's crit. No. That's nice. We'll use that. Give her some more attack. She only loses a little bit of health. Or a little bit of defense. Yeah, this is probably fine. We gotta gear our Armin from scratch, because I literally just made her 6-star today. Wherever she's at. There she is. Okay, we're gonna make that Aureus. So I have to take off somebody else. I think it's on Lilius right now. Yeah, we're gonna put Adamant Shield on Lilius, I think. It's more overall damage reduction for the AoE in that other fight. And then throw Aureus here. Trick with Armin, you want her kind of fast, so I'm gonna put her on a speed set. Want effectiveness on her too, but I also want her to be decently tanky. So I'm probably going to go Like hit set, speed set. Assuming I can find good pieces. That's a decent piece. There's some speed, some health. That'll work. Defense probably needed. Some effectiveness. That'll work. Maybe that? I don't think there's a lot of stats wasted in that crit there. Using Angelica, that's not a very good chess piece anyways. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Let's basically give her Crimson Armin's gear. That's a really good helm for her. Some good effectiveness. What's my Armin using? I don't know. I just need a speed sword with good subs. It's pretty good, I think. Decently tanky. Good amount of effectiveness, good amount of speed. I think this is fine, and I'm not really taking gear from a lot of other things, just Armin. Crimson Armin. At least that stat line is just fine. So I don't think we're using Montmorency right now. We're using Angelica, who I think is fine for what I need her to do. I think I would want her faster. But I think this is fine. She can tank all that damage, fine. I really do want her faster, though. Let's see what we can do to make her faster. You get more healing out of Rod of Amaryllis the more you turn cycle. So I know for a fact I have one helmet I can put on her. I'm not sure if it's on anybody else right now. It's not. There's 11 more speed. Kind of want to keep this weapon on her because it's sick. Let's look at the other pieces and see if we can just pull some more speed onto her. Maybe through the ring? I need to start using this thing. I don't think I'm using him right now. Lose a little bit of health, but I gain 5 more speed, so I think this is a little bit better stat line. Might be able to do the same with the neck. Doing that. I don't think that's worth it. I'd rather get that 200 more defense. So we'll do this. Okay. And now what I'll do is I'll just go in here and just double check all my units. Again, so I'm using Armin. I know I built her. She's good. Basar, I'm using him. He's good. Oh, I need to do Lilius still. So I took her ring for Dizzy. But really, I could just throw any speed ring on her and she'll be fine. Like the one I just made today. Yeah, 206 is just fine for what I want her to do. I would like her to do more damage, to be honest, but a lot of her gear is just elsewhere right now. I think this is fine for her, for what I want her to do. If there's no immunity on something, I can open with taunt, which is great. So yeah, we're good to go. Look forward to the Guild War video to see how the fight goes. Alright, peace.